Hello and welcome to this 30 minutes of Yin Yoga. And today we're going to work on the hamstrings. So if you run, if you bike, if you are active in any other sort of sport or activities and your hamstrings tends to get very tight and you feel a lot of tension, this is a great practice for you just to kind of loosen up that tension with a little mindful and kindness stretches. So for this practice, we're going to need a strap. So please go ahead and take your time to find your strap. And we're going to start right away. Let's just make the most of our 30 minutes together. And strapping a blanket is optional, but mainly the strap. We're going to go ahead and come into a deep stretch of the back of the leg. So set up yourself in here. I always like to keep a blanket to give my neck some support. So it's nice to make yourself comfortable. Why not, right? Adjust the shoulders, adjust the pelvis, and keep your knees bent. And what we're going to do here, we're going to place that strap on the arch of your right foot. And then as you kick your foot straight up to the sky, I want you to have a strap, hopefully, that is long enough so you can rest the elbows on the floor. You can soften your fingers and your palms. Soften the shoulders, the jaw, the lips. They all get tense when we feel the stretch in the back of the leg. So if your hamstrings are tight, chances are that this is where you might be with the knee bend, and that's okay, keep it there. What I would like you to try is to keep that thigh right above the hip. And as much as it feels doable, you're gonna push through the foot into the strap, going upwards. And with your hands, you're gonna gently pull downwards, okay? So it's like pushing and pulling at the same time. And in such a way that you feel that you don't need so much of the strap to keep the leg strong, okay? And so give yourself a moment here to kind of settle and just to feel and breathe through the back of that leg. Feel free to deepen your next inhale and your exhale, kind of releasing tension in the back of the leg. Notice where else in the body tends to get very tight and resistant. That left leg can stay bended. It's a little bit more relaxing, or you can keep that leg in front of you. If you keep the leg in front of you, you're gonna require a little bit more of mindful awareness into grounding yourself through the left heel and your left hip. So that creates a little bit more challenge in focus. So just explore if that's what you need. Otherwise, just bending that knee, making your practice a little bit more easier is the end goal of this practice, just to kind of relax a little bit deeper. Just gonna stay here for about 2 more minutes. So take your time there, close your eyes if that's something that feels right. And as you hold the strap pulling downwards, continue to gently engage that energy pulling upwards. And just let the back of the leg soften and relax here. Using your exhales as much as you can to let go of anything that no longer serves a purpose. Overthinking, tension, resistance, that just release as much as you can every time you exhale. Just take one more breath in here. And then see if you can maybe bring that foot a little bit towards the back of your mat. So it's gonna intensify the stretch of the back of the leg. Maybe your hands, you can let go of the strap maybe and bring your hands behind your calf and just kind of gently pulling that leg a little bit closer to the chest. And just notice if I still have my knees slightly bent here, that I'm trying my best to continue engaging a little bit the quadriceps in here to give my legs some support. Just softening the neck, the shoulders, my breath especially. One more inhale here. And then as you exhale, extend that right leg all the way down to the floor for a moment. Just kind of notice maybe that gentle sensation that you might feel from that deep stretch. Some tingling perhaps. Let's just go ahead and straight into the other side. So remember, you can keep that leg extended or you can bend it. And we're gonna do the same thing on the left side. So place your strap on the left arch of your foot and keep that leg straight up. And bring your thigh bones, your thigh right above the hip. And soften the upper body as much as you can. Create that dual action of pushing and pulling. And observe your left side. Softening the breath as much as you can. Soften your arms and your palms as much as you can. Continue using your breath to anchor your attention in the here and now, one breath at a time. And closing your eyes is also a good indication or invitation to introspection, to find a little bit of stillness, to relax your eyes. Soften their jaw a little bit more. Become used to the silence, become used to the quietness. It's a good way to nourish your nerve system, to balance and reset, to recalibrate yourself here. And just slowly, you can just kind of bring that leg a little bit closer to your chest. Once again, you can use the strap, keeping the knee bent. You can reach your hands anywhere in the leg to bring that leg a little bit closer to you, but yet just remember it's only like 30-20% effort, so do not go overboard with the stretch. It's just as soon as you start feeling sensation, you should stop and just stay there. One more inhale. As you exhale, release that left leg all the way down. Keep it extended and just notice for a moment the effects of that gentle stretch. Tingling perhaps again on the left side. Good. Bend that left knee, and then you're gonna roll all the way to your right side. You're gonna come all the way up to your seated position. We're gonna extend the legs in front of us. And here, without the strap, sitting perhaps a little higher, kicking the legs in front of you. Remember to keep those knees as bent as you need to. We're gonna kick and drag the heels forward, and we're gonna tilt the pelvis slightly forward, and we're gonna forward fold here. Now we're gonna stay here for a moment, and I want you to pay attention to any invitation that your body might send you to go a little deeper into the pose. But I want you to start with less, and then maybe as you progress with the sensation, you might go a little deeper, but that's not the end goal of the pose. So softening, relaxing, letting go, breathing deeply. Letting the shoulders relax, your feet gently relax. Not only we're stretching the back of your hamstrings, sorry, the back of your legs, which is the hamstring, we're also stretching the lower back and the spine. So give yourself permission to adjust, let the body settle here. Notice if your mind has wandered and bring it back to your breath. Maybe the body at this point feels a little bit more open, that you can just go a little deeper. Maybe, maybe not. Just be aware where you are and just honor that. Just one more breath in here. And you're gonna slowly lift yourself nice and slow all the way up. Now we're gonna face the wider side of your mat and bring the blanket with you if you're using one. We're gonna spread our legs apart. And now we're gonna stretch not only the hamstring, but maybe different type of, we have different muscles, right? They're all combined for form the hamstrings. There we have many different hamstrings, and now we're just also stretching the inner side of the legs. So once you find your sit bones, once you find your steadiness on the pelvis, I invite you to explore in leaning your chest halfway forward. If you are open, if you have a natural tendency to be able to bring the chest all the way down to the floor, I want you to go a little bit less. I want you to go only as far as you start feeling sensation, and stop right there. Try not to go to a higher sensation, just enough when you start feeling the sensation. It's going to help you to really stretch some of the muscles, but also strengthen some of the important joints. So if you have any props that allows you to kind of support yourself here in a more mindful way without overdoing the practice, is the intention of today's practice. Is a gentle stretch for super tight hamstrings. So how you approach the practice, the intention of the practice, how you treat your body is going to reflect energetically on the effects of the stretch. Sometimes overstretching creates even more tension. So just be mindful of not overdoing it, and instead embrace a moment here to do less. Just one more breath here. And then very gently, you're gonna lift your chest. Bring your hands under your knees, gently bend and bring your legs together for a moment. Just give yourself there a nice hug for a moment. And just legs together. Good. Now we're gonna come into our standing wide-legged forward fold. And bring a block with you because that's gonna feel helpful. So from where you are, take a moment to stand. Open your feet a little wider than your hip distance. We're gonna use that block to place your hands in there. And you can bring the heels out, your toes in, heels in, whatever feels right. Just notice our feet parallel towards each other. We're just gonna drop ourselves in here. So you can come into your forearms, you can drop the head here. And just pretty much lengthening the inner thighs up, and just feel the side stretch here, the back of the legs. Just letting the weight of the head drip down, and maybe you can rest the head in the block. I want you to be creative here, but once again, try not to go overboard. Just kind of let it soften where you need to. Just always stay present with your breath. Keep relaxing the shoulders. Keep softening where you can. Maybe you bring your hands behind you. Just let the pose adapt to your body. Let your body tell you what it needs. Just a couple more breaths in here. And then slowly, feel free to lift the head wherever you are a little bit and walk both hands to the right. Bend your right knee, open your right toes to the outside and just kind of lean here to stretch that left leg, okay? So we're just kind of doing a little side bend and then switching sides. So open your left toes, bend your left knee, keep your right leg extended. Just kind of go deep down until you feel that side stretch and just do one more on each side. Just adding a little bit of hip in here too, right? Good. And then slowly come back to center. Come all the way into your seated and stay with the on the wider side of your mat. Come into your seated, extend the legs again out to the side. And this time I want you to bring your right foot in. We're gonna do some gentle side stretch. Lock inside your left leg. Left elbow on it, rest your head, right arm reaches up. And just kind of let the elbow bend here on the side of your head. And you can go as a little lower as once again, how much it depends on your intensity. So for me right here is almost like a 20% stretch and that's all I really need. I do feel the side stretch on my torso. I feel my lower back, my core is slightly engaged. And I feel a deep stretch on the left inner thigh. So where I am is exactly a good pace where my body feels relaxed and a little stretch. And just take a moment to soften the shoulders, keep the breath nice and slow. And we just have one more minute. Just look my watch. And then very slowly come all the way up back to center. Take the time. Stay here in center for a moment, right? We're gonna kick that right leg and we're gonna go into the other side. So if you're using props, make sure you move them to the other side. Close your left foot in. Settle your right side. Side bending towards the right. Slightly open off the chest. Resting the head somewhere on your palm. I have my fist so my wrist doesn't feel overstretched. And then that left arm's gonna reach up and I'm gonna bend the elbow. Just kind of rest my arm on my head. And I'll continue opening my chest to the left. So I'm feeling that side stretch in the lower back. I'm trying to press my right pelvis forward so I feel more of the stretch on the right inner thigh. Just stay here, nice and slow, relaxing. Just one more reminder to continue to notice where else can you let go a little bit more and soften to feel more supported and relaxed. But yet you feel the stretch, yet you feel challenged in the pose. Just one more breath here. Slowly take the time to come all the way up to your standing here on your chest. And then I'm gonna cross the legs in here to that moment, just gently crossing. We're gonna do a little bit of breathing. We're gonna close the practice a little bit different than going into our Shavasana. I need to close your eyes, rest your palms somewhere on your legs. Make sure your spine feels nice and tall. I want you to notice and witness your breath as it is right now. And as you are noticing the gentle, natural cycle of the breath, I want you to notice and feel the sensations of the practice in your body, which maybe most of the sensations going to be around your legs, your hamstrings, your hips. So if you can allow that sensation in your body to feel a little bit more softened, more relaxed, less resistant with every exhale. It's almost like you're feeling your body fully supported by the ground underneath you. You feel that touch of your feet against the mat, your legs resting on the mat, your pelvis pressing against whatever you are sitting on. And just giving you that support so you can let go. Just grounding yourself even deeper in full relaxation. Keep your attention on the breath. And hopefully there's going to be a point where you are so relaxed that you can barely feel your breath. Now bring your deep breath in, nice and slow through the nose. Full on exhale through the nose. Just bring your palms together and rub them really fast so you can create a little bit of warmth and heat in between the palms. Place it on your heart. Allow this relaxation energy to travel all the way down to your lower body to create more space and flexibility on your hamstrings. Infinite gratitude for practicing with me today, for creating space for yourself, for diving into these very introspective practices. It's a very nice way to introduce more mindfulness and meditation into your practice. I look forward to seeing you on the next class, and thank you so much again for being here today. Infinite gratitude.